welcome back to Business Talks. It's a place where we invite entrepreneurs, and you behind the screen or here sitting in the audience get to meet them, learn about their lifestyle, business, and understand what skills you need to start up and operate your own company. Good for us, good for you. Today we have a beautiful woman, a beautiful personality, and a beautiful soul. The word beauty will be in the center of today's discussion this evening. And we found one of the best representatives here in Oulu from the beauty industry. Please welcome Esse, who is a beautician, trained beautician, and she has a business company with 5+ years of experience.
Yes.
So welcome to our studio, Esse.
Thank you very much.
And can you please tell about your company, what you do, and what is it called?
Yeah. First of all, thank you for inviting me. So my name is Esenam Kpety, and I am originally from Togo. That's one small country in Africa. And I moved to Finland about 8 years ago. And I'm an entrepreneur, as you said, and I have a business called Beauty by Esse nowadays, and which is an online store business which sell cosmetic products. And I also have a beauty salon where I offer my beauty services.
So basically you help people to be more beautiful.
I do.
Yes. So the first question, I guess we would have.
The big question, the first question is, will it work for me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you make me beautiful?
Yes.
No.
I can make you feel
No.
more beautiful, because beauty is not only in the appearance, it's the way you are, the way you feel.
Now we'll start. Seriously, thank you for coming. We did not get a chance to introduce. My name is Henry.
Okay.
And I'm pleased to meet you. Beauty by Esse is a beautiful name, at least. And why did you start your business?
Why did I start? I would say I started out of frustration, which is a bit weird. A lot of people start business because maybe they have passion, which I remember I didn't have at the beginning. I just needed to work. As a foreigner moving to Finland, especially it was very difficult to find a work. I was trained as a marketer, so I was just when I came there was no work, and I couldn't find beauty product for my skin type and my hair type. So I was just like, okay, maybe I should start selling it. And then the idea just came, and I went to school to get the training, and I just started.
Okay, I want to bring out 2 points that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Frustration,
Yeah,
and 8 years ago, it was difficult.
it was.
Yes. Is it any easier today? Yes, for you it is, because your business is running, making money. But in general, has anything changed?
I think things has changed a lot,
Okay.
because I remember 8 years ago as a foreigner, it was more difficult. Now I see always more open, and I would say Finnish people get more used. They are more open to welcome foreigners, like more than 8 years ago, I would say.
Well, that's
So
in a way
easier.
is positive news.
Yeah, I think that's my opinion.
We're not there yet, but we're working hard.
Mm.
So was it easy for you to decide to start up? Did you have some back thoughts like, oh, should I start or should I not? Was it like an easy decision? Somebody inspired you, or you came from the need? How was it for you?
Yeah, like I mentioned, it was from frustration, but then I think later it came some sort of excitement. I was really excited to have something to work on, And maybe it also came out of my personality. I'm somebody that is really, once I have my mind on something, I go for it. And I think that helped.
How do you keep yourself motivated? You were excited starting,
Ooh,
but that was 6 years ago, and you have to keep going, keep growing.
yeah.
How do you motivate yourself?
Uh, I mean, that's not always easy. Like I've had so many times that I felt like I should really stop the business. I didn't want to continue because, of course, business is not like a quiet road. It's up and down. But I don't know. I guess I love the business so much. I can't. I mean, I've learned to. That's what I do. That's who I am now. So I really can't think of myself not doing this.
So selling natural products, selling beauty products, it was inspiration enough to keep going, in part,
um,
because it's what you love.
yes. Actually, I would say it's after I've got the training to become a beautician that I've actually learned how to love more what I do. Because then I started as I had my bachelor degree in marketing, but I wasn't a beautician. I started. I actually went to school to become a beautician later, so I actually learned more how to. It was more interesting because I knew more things about skin. It wasn't just selling; it was now my profession. So I got to love it more, and I got more interest in it.
Yeah, you just mentioned phrase I got to love. Are there any other things in business you probably didn't like in the beginning, but you had to love them? Some things like that, I don't know, bureaucracy or whatever.
Yeah.
You said ups and downs. What are the downs? Can you tell about it?
I personally didn't like paperwork, and I still don't like it. But as an entrepreneur, it's something that you have to do every day. And I'm still learning how to be more organized, how to be more precise with my paperwork, because that's one very important part in the business. So that's probably what I didn't like, or what I don't like.
Our previous guest said that for him there is no separation between private life and business. He kind of lives in between those spheres, and for him every day is business. When he goes with his kid for a walk, he thinks about business. So it's a normal state of mind for him to be always involved. Do you separate the spheres? Do you need to have rest from business, or how is it for you?
Um, I think I will agree with him. You can't really separate. Being an entrepreneur is more a lifestyle. It's not a work. Like if you're working for somebody, once you come back from work, then you have your time. Then you can do your own thing. But being an entrepreneur is, I mean, you have to work all the time. For example, I have like Sunday. I'm a Christian, so on Sundays I would like to have my quiet time. Like I go to church, and then it's my family time. But I still have to answer to some calls because some people will call you, and maybe it's a complaint. Maybe some people want to order something, so you need to talk to them. So it's not easy to actually separate. It's a lifestyle.
6 years ago, you started with a brick and mortar shop and e-commerce.
Yeah.
And the brick and mortar apparently did not go too well,
Mm-mm.
and that's learning. uh, but how did you really start getting your first customers, if you remember?
Um, Well, I actually remember. I remember very well. I started when I moved here. I met some people just like me from my country that they also moved here, maybe a bit earlier than I did, and they basically had the same problem as me. So when I wanted to start the business, of course, I did some research, and actually my entrepreneur school helped me a lot because then you have to write a business plan. You need to look for potential customers, and you need to do a lot of inspection. Through that, I already had some people in mind that I wanted to start with. So once I have the business ready, I contacted those people. Most of them were my friend already. So then I just told them that I have this coming, and I think you will like this. And some people started patronizing me, and some people didn't. Like,
Eisenhower said, plans are worthless, but not planning is a disaster. So you had a business plan, which is good,
yeah.
some type. Have you updated it over the years? Did it continually change?
Over the years, like this will be my third business plan. The first, actually, I wrote a business plan, like what are the things I wanted to do, like then. And then in the plan, there was a place that I wrote what I wanted to do, like maybe in the next year or 2 years later.
Yeah.
And then I wrote a lot of things that I wanted to get the training and so many things, and which I did. And I'm always actually rearranging the business plan.
So you're always setting new goals and a pathway to those goals.
Yes. I do.
And do you have some top 3 principles you use in business?
Principle. Yes, I think I do. The first would be you need to be patient. Like business does not grow. Like when you write the business plan, like you say, it's really good, but that's not what's going to happen. The plan will probably will not go like as you plan it. And the first people you might contact, you might offer your product to, they might not patronize you. So you need to be patient. That will be the very first. And if I have a second principle, you need to save costs. It's very important as an entrepreneur. You need to learn to do a lot of things by yourself. You can't start a business now and hire a marketing company. You can't do that. And you can't open a business now and get the biggest store like at the beginning. You have to grow. So you have to do a lot of things by yourself, and I would advise use friends, use people that you know. They might not offer the best service, but at least you can save some cost. And the third one will be be open. You have to network. That will probably save your business. You need to talk to people, and you don't need to talk to people with the idea to let them buy something right away. Let them know you. Let them trust you. And just meet people for the purpose of meeting them, on knowing them, and be interested on what they want, what they say, and things like that. That would be my 3 principles.
let's go over a couple or one or two of those. Networking. What type of networks do you look for or try to participate in?
Actually, I started this business on like dark skinned people specifically. That's what was my first idea of the business. So then, of course, I was looking. I was always open to meet people that are foreigners. Like whenever there's party or something, I'll make sure I'm there and trying to meet people, try to reach people. And now I have I offer services for all type of skin and every age, everybody. So I actually what I do nowadays is that I have I work as a forever living business owner, and we organize events. So what I do, I always have my proposal, some treatment that I kind of propose on discounted price. And after we, like inside our events, I'll try to propose my services and my product to some set of people. And that so far has really been working good for me.
Okay, with networks again, do you personally have any like mentors, people you talk to about your business that help you, professional friends?
Yeah, I have a lot of them actually, because I realized that I can't do this on my own. And I have a mentor. She's an entrepreneur. She's a forever living business owner. So she helped me a lot with a lot of things I might have. And I have my fiance that is economist. So he advise on the finance and take care of a lot of things for me. And
he knows the numbers, yes.
Sorry?
He understands numbers.
Yes, and which I'm not really good at. So like he helped a lot. And I have also another business, a friend that is a business owner as well, and he advised in a lot of things. Yeah.
Good.
I couldn't really make it without those people though.
Good.
So now you're surrounded with friends and mentors who have businesses or anyhow related to business area. But before, in your childhood, if you remember some years, are your parents business oriented? Do they have a company or they're from different spheres? Did they teach you like to be brave and start up businesses? So how did you nourish your skills as an entrepreneur? Was it the surrounding you lived in, or to go in that direction?
Actually, my dad is an entrepreneur. But growing up, I didn't know I was going to become this. I remember growing, I wanted to be a journalist and a reporter and all those things. So I wasn't, maybe unconsciously it happened. And my mom too she is in clothes business. So maybe yeah, maybe.
No, because people out there, many of them have some issue just to click in their brain or their mindset that starting up a business, it's not that dangerous or risky, or they even think it's impossible. So for them it's harder to take the decision. So for you it's a bit different story, because you already had examples of your parents in your childhood that it's normal, it's possible, there is a way.
Yeah, probably.
Your business has been growing over the years, and you mentioned you made 3 business plans already. So somehow you're generating new ideas for growth. Where do these ideas come from? What do you look for? How do you grow your company? Do you read? Where do you get your ideas from? Because business has to keep moving with the times. Stay ahead.
I think mostly from my customers. Because I feel like listening to them, I kind of know what they want, and I adjust to what they want. And like they they actually ask for what they want. I remember when I had the store back then, he was in Heinapa. Some women just came in, and like they were normal Finnish people, and they asked me, what do you have for us? And then I realized I didn't actually have anything for them, but there were people that would like to patronize me. I had a store, colorful, it was very bright, had a lot of color, so it used to really attract people. So when they come, they look around that actually there's nothing we can really buy here. So listening to them, I'm like, okay, actually I'm living in Finland and I have products for only dark skinned people. That's not really smart. And then I tried to adjust, and then I started searching for what can I actually have to offer for like a normal Finnish people. And then I added like African prints, clothes, materials, which is really beautiful, and people they look at it like something from abroad and they like it. So from then they started. And another time some people asked me that, do you treat people as well, or do you only sell this product? And then I also thought about it that that's a good idea, even though I had it in my mind before, but then I just let it behind. But when somebody asked me, I was like, okay, maybe now is the time to, to have the training to be able to treat others. And then I went for the school as well. And that's how that's been.
There's a couple guys sitting here tonight going to start an e-commerce shop. No competition to you. That's good news. What advice would you tell them?
E-business. Actually, they need to find a way to be known. Like there's a lot of businesses online.
Yes.
And like a physical store is different in a way that somebody might be passing by and you look your store, is attracted, you come in, which is not the same in
okay,
in
so you have to build your brand fast.
You need to
So how would you suggest to build your brand?
Well, nowadays there are tools like Instagram and
social media,
which is actually effective. And of course the networking. And one thing very important, if you're good enough, then the word to word, like other people will talk about you and then they will recommend you to others. Word of mouth. Yeah. That works too. But then you need to be good. You need to be good in your own area, actually.
So,
is your market Finland or is it larger?
Your
market area.
Are
you selling in Europe or just Finland?
I started selling in Finland only. Yeah. But as I have a lot of friends back home in my country, which is Togo, and I now ship things to them as well. So, and I'm now thinking of a possibility to start shipping in other countries, because I saw some potential customers. Some people were asking about something, so that will probably be the next step.
Okay.
Yeah, but now it's only Finland and my country. Yeah.
Do you have any strategic plans to expand and franchise, sell franchise to other countries, like to build a network within Finland and maybe Europe?
Yeah, actually, I have one. Actually, I speak many languages, which has actually helped me. I actually post things in different languages, so a lot of people read my posts. That's social media, and some people ask questions. Some people are interested. They want to know, and that's when the interest come from. I think other way it will be a bit difficult for me to actually reach those people that I have right now. I think it's the language has helped me to reach some people that I know here in Finland.
So you have a mentor yourself, as you mentioned.
Yes, I have.
And what would you say to people out there? Is it important to have one, or you can still live without mentorship and do your own mistake and proceed forward?
Oh, definitely. I would say that's really important. You need to find a person that you really admire, somebody that is successful in your area, and go work for them free. I mean, go serve them because then you learn a lot, and then when they see that you're growing, they'll be able to help you. Like my own mentor, like the service side of my business wouldn't be the same without her, because I remember before I was just following her to know how she does the things, what she does, and things like that. And I didn't get anything from it. I basically spent 2 years following her without any. I didn't get any income from that. But then when I started the services, she really helped me. So I think it's really important. Yeah, I think.
What's next? What's your dream? Your 5-year plan?
To have a better salon. Right now, the place is a bit small and it's not always comfortable working there. But to actually to rearrange my services, to have a better place to offer them, and to grow more that side of the business, because that's the newest actually. So to invest more in that service side.
Right.
I heard a concept. To have a successful business, you need to have 3 things. One is idea, second is a team, and the third one is investment.
Okay.
So you have an idea. What about the team and investment side? Are you looking for extending your personnel, like who works in the company, and also looking for external funding opportunities?
I'm actually not looking for a loan kind of investment. I've tried that one at the beginning when I started, and I think for a beginner is actually difficult. It's very risky. I got very bad experience with loans, with that word. So it's something that I actually avoid. And I've actually learned that you can actually grow. I mean, you can start a business with as less than possible. But the bigger idea you have at the beginning, you have to find the cheaper version to start. That's what I would advise if you have to start. Now, if you're planning to have like 1 million company, maybe rearrange that in maybe 1,000 and start with that, because money actually comes with the knowledge, with the I mean, you need to grow yourself. You need to grow your abilities, and the money comes with that. So if you have a very big funding to start a business and you're actually not good to take care of that money, then it's bad. It's better to grow with the business and then you think bigger and bigger. That's what I think. So personally, I am not looking for any external.
So you're not a risky entrepreneur in this sense?
Oh, I am. I was, but I learned. I had like I said, I had a very bad experience with that, and the way going. I mean, I've learned that you can actually do better without the bigger money or things like that, bigger investment or things like that. I was risky, but
What was your biggest mistake? Or if you could do something over?
Yeah, I think that will still be this. I'll go smaller.
Start smaller.
Yes.
So at the beginning, you took a loan
I did.
and started larger.
I started larger. I had the store. I had a physical store, and then I had the web store, online store, which I wasn't even able to manage. I didn't wait to grow to be able to manage such a big business, and then I realized that one was always like left behind, and it was a bit difficult to actually manage everything. And then there was a period of 1 year that I didn't really do business. I went out, I looked for work, I worked very crazily to be able to come back. And then when I came back, I started with very little money, actually. Very, very little. It was it was crazy. But then I already had the experience. I had some customers that were always, that stays with me. And I had a lot of friends. I came more open. I came asking for help, asking for advice. Because at the beginning, I didn't know that I even needed a mentor. I just started by my own. I'm like, oh, I know it. I think this will be great. But it wasn't. So, like...
Exactly. And that was a very good point, that as your business grows, you have to grow also. Because there are new areas you have to learn and control.
So if we come back to people out there who are going to start their e-commerce business, what would you say to them? How long would it take to develop a business? So maybe they have some dreams that they make a website, they buy products from somewhere, they start to sell, but how long it actually can take in reality to develop such a business?
With my online store, I remember I spent 1 year, and there was 7 euros purchased during 1 year. That's like nothing. That's like basically nothing. So online business actually, it's not like that's how it should go for everybody. That was my personal experience. And also I mentioned that I didn't have the knowledge or the capacity to manage both store. So maybe that's why. But then my own did not really start like that. And also I did a mistake when I was about designing the business, the online store. I didn't research enough. Nowadays, when I look at my old online store, I realize that that's really bad. I mean, that's not good enough. It's not attractive, but then I have a new store now, which is much more better, and like the visual is really important. It should be attractive. It should be easy for people, and of course it should be present. You need to have all those social media accounts. You need to be active and so on.
Do you have some role models of women entrepreneurs or in general entrepreneurs? Some companies you want to keep the same level of business?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. There is online store in France, Paris, and she's a foreigner that actually made it. She's really successful, and I remember when I was starting the second my new online store, there wasn't a day that I would not check her online, like her store, like what are the description on top of her products, how was the picture, like how is she doing it. So I really learned a lot from her, and I still follow her, not maybe less than before, but I still.
And you mentioned progress many times. And that goes again back to your business plan, 3 new business plan, you get new ideas, you're progressing. And I don't have a question to that, but it's a good point. I like your style.
Thank you.
I have one question. Do you remember the first money you earned in your life?
The first money I earned when I started.
Yeah. No, well, in general in your life, like in your childhood or maybe
Oh,
in general.
yeah. I remember when I was young, when I was still in school. We were maybe 10, 11. I had the box of candy that I just delivered to all my classmates. And then I know that back then the parents used to give, like, we used to call it in Africa pocket money. Everybody gets this pocket money on Monday. So what I do, I have the candy for the whole week. I give them like how many they want every day, and on Monday it was always the time that I collect they'll pay all the money.
So you were already a businesswoman back then.
In a way that I didn't even realize it was something that I just I could do this to earn a bit more money.
So how old were you back then?
11, 10.
So and it's a positive memory, like
It is,
yeah.
because it's actually helped me when others, after they, like, I could afford a lot of things that they couldn't, for example, because I have their money.
Yeah. Good job. Maybe
Victor spoke about role models. Is there a book that you especially loved that helped your business?
Yeah. As I mentioned, I'm a Christian, and actually, I feel like the Bible is the best business book ever.
Okay.
That might sound very weird, but I mean, I learned a lot from the Proverbs,
Yeah.
from the Bible.
Yeah.
It teaches how to do business. So if you want to get knowledge, I think you should go to that book. It's very wonderful books.
That's the interesting point. I've never really connected business and the Bible together, but I will this weekend. And also, because I can understand the Bible being a book of inspiration, a book of uplifting when you're down, and otherwise a guidance in your life. Interesting.
Can I ask you about your lifestyle once again? entrepreneurial lifestyle, is there any special? Do you plan your day? Do you wake up like we had a guest last time in Business Talks? He wakes up like 6 a.m. and then he runs for 20 kilometers. So do you have some crazy for normal people activities you do during your day, week, or year?
Crazy activities.
No, are you an organized person? Can you say that you plan well, or you have some
not
rituals?
enough. Actually, not enough. But I believe in. I believe I have grace from God to do things, and because if I have to think of me being organized, I think I'm honestly not, because well, or I could be better. I've even thought about lately that I need to be more organized. I need not to forget. Like there was like this week, for example, I had the Saturday totally booked, but then I was really tired, so I decided that I'm just going to cancel everything. So I canceled like some customer, and I forgot that there was one customer that I didn't even remember book time. So she just called me that I'm downstairs, and I wasn't there. Oh my God, that was bad. I was so sorry. I mean, she could hear from my voice that I'm so sorry. And I explained to her that I forgot I even gave you appointment and I'm not even there. So she had to go back, and I mean, thank God she was patient enough. So I'm not that organized, and nobody needs to be extra anything to start a business. I think you really learn once you have the idea. Once you're open, there's no extra superpower or anything.
So if there is a person behind the screen who wants to start up a company, he has passion, he has idea, so what would be 3 actions he or she needs to take to go and proceed? What would you recommend?
He needs to start. If it's an online business, you need to contact the people that will actually maybe design the store. You need to actually take the action to make the idea possible. Yeah, you have an idea, but it's still an idea if you don't start doing anything. So they need to start. And I don't think you need to have all the knowledge, or you need to have what it takes to start, because it's by starting that you get what it takes. Because it's not like a job. Now, if they say there's a work proposal, you need to do this, you need to know how to do this. But being an entrepreneur is not that, because you're basically everything. I'm the cleaning lady in my salon, then I'm the one doing like the accounting, which I didn't have any idea how to do all those things. But once you start, you learn. You really, and it's a really, I really like this lifestyle, because you learn a lot of things, and it's fun. It's really fun to be an entrepreneur.
If there's, you spoke about a lot of important things. First thing you brought up was you turned your frustration into entrepreneurship, and this is seen, I say, every week, because you mentioned 8 years ago, difficult to find work in your field. We're up north, down south is a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And so you turned a negative into a positive. And you mentioned business plans, and you renewed yours 3 times. So you're always coming up with new ideas, searching for new ideas, new business models, etc. You mentioned that you love networking, and they're very important.
Yeah.
And you try to arrange them and go to them as much as possible. You also mentioned the importance of mentors. which now, when we were talking about starting a business, it'd be good to get a mentor right at the beginning,
Yes.
because as you're learning skills, someone can speed the process. But you have to, yeah, you're exactly right. You said you're the cleaning lady, you're the sales lady, you're the marketing lady, you're the CEO, accountant, and everybody else in between.
Yeah.
HR manager, which is very important because you're alone. You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You have role models, so there's always somebody you can look at and hope to be and strive for. You mentioned the Bible gives you the inspiration and actually gives you a lot of business advice.
Yeah.
And you yourself personally and as a person, you're growing with your business.
Yeah.
Learning the whole time. I think those were the key issues, at least that I caught out of this.
Yeah, and I really liked the way Esse put this whole thing together. So she just said, being an entrepreneur is a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, yeah.
You cannot say it better. So I thank you, our guests and watchers on YouTube or elsewhere, for being with us today. I hope you enjoyed the time and found out some beautiful ideas for you to start up a company and operate it. Thank you very much, Esse, for coming today. It was real pleasure. Thanks for sharing your insights.
Thank you very
Really
much.
learned a lot.
Thank you.
In my opinion, this was perfect.